Hello students, I hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to take class 7 and it's about social studies. So before explaining the topics, let me start with some introductions. I mean to say, did you ever imagine by your own, or if you have never imagined, imagine it right now, that how did this atmosphere came, or how did this atmosphere evolve in our surroundings? Because nothing is constant in this world, everything changes. Even we, the human beings, when we take birth in this world or in this earth, we also keep on constantly changing. Even our body parts, even our structure of our body, everything changes. Nothing is constant. Similarly, the atmosphere, which we discussed in the last video, today we will talk about its origin. So it is not like that it came suddenly. It is not like that the atmosphere came suddenly. Now the question is how it came. What was the reason, or what was the cause, or what are the factors that help in formation of an atmosphere? So today we will discuss about atmosphere and its origin, means how the atmosphere came or evolved in this earth. For this we need to go through many researches, etc. But let me describe you, which is not written in the book, but I have said many times in the classroom also. Have you heard about the Big Bang Theory? Have you heard about the Big Bang Theory? What actually is the theory? According to this Big Bang Theory, lakhs and lakhs of years ago, there was a huge explosion in the space. There was a huge explosion in the space. And with this explosion, many of the asteroids, meteoroids, they got scattered in the universe. They got scattered in the universe for this explosion, which was then very hot. From that Big Bang Theory, the small particles which are distributed in the space, they slowly started to cool down. And when these things started to cool down, they slowly they form a layer of gases. To understand this thing very clearly, let me take you an example. All of you have a fry pan at your home. I hope everybody of you have a fry pan at your home. So whenever you cook, suppose a roti or a chapati, whenever you cook in a fry pan, when the pan used to be very hot, at that moment, if you pour some amount of water on that pan, in the hot pan, what will happen? The water will start vaporizing. First it will give a sound. A very mesmerizing sound. Then it will start vaporized. The water will vanish. Same thing happened in the Big Bang Theory. When it exploded, the warm gases got up, and when the surface slowly started to cool down, the warm gases slowly started to settle, and that gases slowly with the transformation, they formed a layer of gases. So this only the atmosphere has its origin. I hope all of you have understood. If not, then you can contact us. I will explain it more. Next, we shall discuss about its characteristics. Alright students, now we shall discuss about the origin of its characteristics. characteristics of atmosphere. So before this, understanding the atmosphere very positively, we also need to connect ourselves towards the nature. As we can see, nature, when it punishes the earth, it punishes very severely through cyclones, through storms. So it is better we understand, whenever we try to understand the nature, we need to connect toward it, because we are destroying our nature. We, the human beings, are destroying our nature through various means. So we should stop all these things and start towards the positivity of the nature. So now we shall discuss about the characteristics of atmosphere. I will say few of the characteristics, a few, but the important one, so to understand it better, and remaining you can study it by your own, and I hope you can understand. So let us start with the first point of characteristics. Its first characteristics. Its first, atmosphere is dynamic in nature, mobile, elastic, expandable, and compressible. What does it mean? It's dynamic in nature. What is the meaning of dynamic? Means it is present everywhere. Without atmosphere, you cannot survive. We cannot survive without atmosphere. It is dynamic. It is present everywhere. Starting from the plants to animals to human beings, everywhere atmosphere is present. So that means it is dynamic. Secondly, it is mobile, elastic, expandable, compressible. I will discuss one by one. What is mobile? It is not the cell phone or telephone. Here, mobile means it is present in a small box. It is present in a small box. That means atmosphere is present in a small box, and from that small box we can compare. It is also present in the whole universe. In the whole Earth. That means it is mobile, starting from the small things to a very large things. Everywhere atmosphere is present. Second is elastic. Elastic means it can change its form. It can change its form, but we cannot destroy it. We can sometimes atmosphere changes its forms. Like sometime now, take an example of now. It's summer season. We are facing very hot. After a few months, we will be facing winter season, which is very cold. So it changes. I mean to say the atmosphere changes, but it does not change completely. Secondly, expandable. Atmosphere is, yes, it is expandable. Starting from an ocean, from the beach of the ocean to the topmost part of the atmosphere. Everywhere it is expandable. This means it is situated in each and everything. Next is compressible. Compressible means we cannot say that we can compress it and make it this much thing. No, it is not like this. Compressible means we can take an example of, say, for like a small tiny creature, or a bacteria or a virus. How it survive? It survive though we cannot see the virus, but still it is very harmful. This coronavirus, it is also present in the atmosphere. It survives through atmosphere, but we cannot see our naked eyes. Starting from a huge animals like whale, elephant, giraffe, these all also comes under atmosphere. So compressible means starting from the small thing to a very big thing. Everything comes under atmosphere. Now, second characteristics, it is held by gravitational force and rotates with it. Yes, it is. So all of you know that the way I am standing, it is possible only because of our atmosphere. And this atmosphere is present in our Earth only because of our gravitational force. Without gravitational force, there will be no atmosphere. You can take an example of space. You can take an example of space. You see, in space, lot of things float, as like it floats in water. Why? Because there is no atmosphere. But in our Earth, we have an atmosphere, and this atmosphere is present due to gravitational force. What does gravitational force do? Gravitational force pull the things. It does not release. It pulls the thing back so that it remains in the Earth. It does not go away in the space. Okay. Third, densest means atmosphere densest near the surface of the Earth and more rarefied with the increase. To understand this thing, let me give you an example. I know that all of you know this thing. Who was the first man to climb on the Mount Everest? So it is Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. These two persons were the first to climb the Mount Everest. Now imagine, I hope all of you know, did they climb the Mount Everest without oxygen? Oxygen mask? No, they didn't. Why they didn't? Because it is simple, because it is a hill and the surface of the land is higher in comparison to the land surface. Take an example. Look here. Suppose this is your land surface and this is the mountain. According to this, densest atmosphere denses near the surface of the Earth and more rarefied with the increase. Means you will find a dense amount of oxygen in the surface of the atmosphere instead of in the mountain. Which means the more you go upside, the more you go towards the up, the more the atmosphere will become thinner and thinner. Means the amount of oxygen, the density of oxygen will be low, and which will result in difficult in breathing. Which means starting from here, if I stay here, I will get a plenty of oxygen and I will not face any breathing problem. The more the height will increase of the land, or if I go higher and higher in the atmosphere, I will start to feel the pressure of air. Means I will get a low amount of oxygen, I will feel breathing problem, even I may suffocate, and even I may fall unconscious the more I go upside. I hope you have understood this thing. So in the next video we will discuss more about atmosphere, means its functions, its objectives, its need, etc. etc. We will discuss it. But today I hope you have understood about its characteristics and its origin. If you find any difficulties, you can contact us through WhatsApp. I am saying it again and again, but remember student one thing, you all must go through the book. After my explanation, after listening to my explanation fully, you go through the books once, twice, thrice, as much as you can to understand the concept more clearly and more properly.